Does Kihar the Tormentor have other hobbies in Tides of Torment? We know his main hobby. Let's see how Kihar does with his side hustle of contributing in battle. This is the Slaanesh legendary hero from pleasing the ruinous powers as Norsca, or at least earning their sufferance as Sail. Oh, and he's permanently on a Chaos Dragon, so there's that. Due to the uniqueness of recruitment, CA lets you have him with 0 upkeep. On Ultra, he flies in at 6,900 health, armor is 70, missile resistance is a base 25%, not the regular 15. Leadership starts at a mere 60, but speed and charge speed 95 as a flying entity means he gets around. Melee attack begins at 42, which is suspiciously low, and all attacks this way are flaming. Attack interval the standard 4 seconds, splashing a size large means that man-eaters would dilute his damage, and max targets damaged is 5. And by dilute, I mean that it would be divided between them. Melee defense 40 isn't that good either. Weapon strength 520 is split base 140, and armor piercing 380, that is a lot of damage, and a lot passing through armor consistently. Charge bonus is 60, and mass is 5,000. Kihar causes fear and terror, is a siege attacker, and has Dark Fires of Chaos as a magic missile style attack from Dragon Mouth, tossing stats on screen now. If that wasn't enough, Kihar has old school regeneration, and while that means 20% fire weakness, it also means constant healing, whether in or out of combat, a tremendous boon to a flyer of pretty good speed who can get out of dodge until the flamestorm dies down. Background trait Gift of the Serpent grants all characters physical resistance plus 15%. I have learned such boosts really are for the entire faction. Well, get more rune callers to help them make it useful. We proceed to Devastating Flanker for his entire army as an embed. He further adds Strider, which is probably all upside for your army, grants speed plus 40% for the entire army, and grants charge bonus plus 12 flat. That doesn't seem like a lot at the end, but your infantry adding that is going to look flat out ridiculous. This means the right chariot could get a charge bonus superior to 200 from the back or flank, and that's in Norsca. As an embed, this is a scouting hero, increasing the chance a magic item will drop post-battle, more valuable in the post-6.3 item rework era. Map passive is Spread Corruption. Total War Planner claims it's Slaanesh Corruption though. Shrug. Agent actions are Steal Technology, Wound, and Block Army, with specialists reducing the cost of these actions. Sorry there's not much reason to actually use them when he's this useful in an army. Kihar is a fully equipped Lore of Slaanesh spellcaster, which is to say he's the only guy around who can actually cast Lore of Slaanesh in Norsca, complete with vanilla Arcane Conduit. I'll link to my video on the lore. At rank 8, Aura of Chaos is 1 pip for 10% more missile resistance. Rank 15, Infernal Champion slaps on plus 10% weapon strength. At rank 10, he can select Unblinking Vigilance. 2 pips in this get you enemy hero success minus 10%, campaign line of sight plus 25% for you, and ambush defense chance plus 15% for you. Useful, but not top priority in my opinion. At rank 16, he can delve into Prolific Spellcaster. 3 pips gets him as high as targeting range plus 10%, power reserve plus 5 per end turn, and reserve capacity plus 10. Again, useful but not top priority. At ranks 5 and 7, he can pick from a trio of useful 1-pip wonders, which lock the others out. That makes for replayability on future runs, like a roguelike. Warrior Wizard grants melee attack and melee defense plus 5 each, and weapon strength plus 20%. The first part is good. The second part is, obscene. Spellslinger is simple. Minus 15% cooldown on all spells. It's not like this is bad either. Unmoving Mage grants hit points plus 6%, spell resistance plus 10%, and miscast chance minus 15%. If you overcast spells a lot, you may want this. For the rank 7 batch, Slaanesh's Soul Feeder gives an additional spell passive. Kihar heals 0.4% health for 9 seconds upon casting a spell. Getting to the healing cap should be trivial like this. So, pair with Spew Pit, huh? Alluring Energy grants speed plus 5% to the hero's army and charge bonus plus 5 flat to everyone. Given that this hero grants plus 40% speed and plus 12 flat charge bonus anyway, your infantry might be using cavalry level charge bonuses now. Beautiful Destruction grants a couple of bound casts of Lesser Doombolt. Lesser it may be, but it brings the doom nonetheless, and these got buffed recently. Joining in the fun is no bad thing for you. For the true personal line, starting at rank 14, which is unusual as you saw there's a ton of competition for pips early on, but you get him rank 25 anyway. Deadliness of the Serpent grants him melee attack plus 8 and armor piercing plus 50 per melee strike, on a character doing quite a bit of damage. So that's just awesome. Irresistible Phantasmagoria gives wins cost minus 10% for all spells, and minus 3 to the wins cost in pure digits from either version of Phantasmagoria, Overcast included, you happen to cast. Restlessness of the Serpent gives Kihar plus 10% hit points, plus 10% physical resistance, and when attacking, melee defense plus 5. That's for him personally, so far as this shows. Paragon of Excess grants income from sacking settlements plus 20%, which is pure gravy in Norsca, and the namesake Hex minus 5 to enemy melee attack in a 35-meter radius. So, how do we use Kihar the Tormentor? What you see is a hybrid flying spellcaster competing with Tzeentch offerings. He hits hard and hits a lot more accurately with pips and with life choices. He's a blank slate for items to help with this further, and let's face it, just having access to Lore of Slaanesh means he can turn into a tremendous duelist anytime he wants. But the splash damage is a double-edged sword, and if he's not fighting single entities, that damage might be fairly diluted. So, this is a flying Slaanesh spellcaster who can pick his spots and his battles and armor pierced to a very high extent. Others may be better at a particular area, but he has some ridiculously high potential. You're limited only by your item drops, and Norsca gets lots of great items from raising anyway, and your imagination. Or so it feels. The high missile resistance is nice and all, but he's not protected enough. He can just ignore mass-ranged opposition. You'll just have to work within that and have your army do some of the work. But seriously, entire army with devastating flanker? In Norsca? Get Silastra to sing. It's over. One last thing I'll mention is that a caster hero is really difficult to show off at maximum power in demo combats based on multiplayer balancing. They get even more disgustingly good with all the campaign stuff running and a fat reserve of wins. But in campaign this would be such a raffle stomp it wouldn't serve its role as B-roll. Too short. Take care and have fun delivering the pain to your enemies. In the end, he's better at dishing it out than taking it, and that's fine with me.